Human beings are very inquisitive and like discovering different places. That is why people all over the world like to travel around the globe. It is not so interesting for them to see the world on television today. It is precious to see it on their own. The number and variety of people who travel have risen sharply over the past few decades. One can travel by bus, car, plane, ship, train, boat, on foot, or even hitchhike. The way one chooses depends on his or her time, purpose, financial position, and of course personal preference. People who go on business trips usually travel by air, as it is the fastest means of traveling. Here are a few hints about air travel that may be helpful. Passengers are requested to arrive at the airport 2 hours before departure time on international flights and an hour early on domestic flights, as there must be enough time to complete the necessary check-in formalities. Passengers must register their tickets and weigh and check in their luggage. Check-in is usually the first procedure for a passenger when arriving at an airport, as airline regulations require passengers to check in at certain times before the departure of a flight. Most airlines have at least 2 classes of travel, first class and economy class, which is cheaper. Generally, this limit is 20 kilograms for economy class and 30 kilograms for first class passengers. Excess luggage must be paid for, except for some articles that can be carried on free of charge. After check-in, a passenger first goes to have their documents checked, puts their bags through an X-ray scanner, and walks through either a metal detector or millimeter wave scanner. There are potentially additional steps such as a pat-down or explosives residue test for some, but these 3 steps are how the process works for most. Then, each passenger is given a boarding pass to be shown at the departure gate and again to the flight attendant when boarding the plane. Watch the flashing electric signs when you are on board. When the fasten seatbelt sign goes on, do it promptly and also obey the no smoking signal. Do not forget your personal effects when leaving the plane. There are some disadvantages of traveling by air. Unfortunately, sometimes the flights are delayed because of unfavorable weather conditions. One more inconvenience is the jet lag and the difference between the time you are accustomed to attending the new time. Also, the flight can be easily hijacked as well. Nowadays, traveling by plane is one of the most dangerous means of traveling. There are a lot of air crashes and many people die in them. Though we all seem to agree that the future belongs to air transport, nevertheless other means of traveling are still popular today.